Hello again, it's Keith. Just wanted to come out a little bit of encouragement in this cold, dreary weather. It's actually beautiful outside today, but there's too much wind. It would definitely make a problem in the microphone, so I decided to sit in here by the fire instead. It's been pretty cold at night. The cold weather just does something to me that's not very good sometimes. I have to get my focus on other things to rise up above it because it does something in my, I guess, in the way I think. It gets you to looking at I don't know how to say it, but basically it just causes me to have to get my mind off of it because I don't enjoy the cold weather that much. I do like it sometimes, like when I got to go snow ski and those kinds of things and dress warm where that I'm not freezing and enjoy the sports, the outdoor sports, but we don't get much snow around here, so I don't get to do much. Well, I don't get to do any snow skiing around here. But I just wanted to mention a couple of things. When your mind starts getting under attack by, be it cold weather or maybe thunderstorms or whatever it is, what I try to remember is that we do have other things that we can entertain our mind with that will direct us in a path that will cause us to feel better. And for me, one of the things that I did recently is I was invited over to fly basically a flight simulator. I guess it could be called a game, but I had this helmet. Well, I guess you call it a helmet. This thing that you put on, and it's got a screen all the way around to where that basically it's just as though you're flying in the cockpit. You can, I got on it and flew an airport that I was familiar with, and when I wanted to line up for the approach, I could look out the left window and see where the runway was, just as if I were really flying. So basically, it's so realistic that honestly, I had to pull that headset off more than once because it just, I don't know, it does something. It puts you it feels like reality. I guess that's what it's called, virtual reality. And it was really good because I haven't flown in a while, and so it was so realistic that it just put me back in the mode, just as though I was actually flying the plane. And I actually landed up the runway and landed it and didn't have any problem. I mean, I guess because I've done it so much, but it's been a while, and so that was good practice. But there's other things too. For some people, I have one guy tell me music does it for him. I think there's different kinds of music that for different things. Some are, it's like anything else. There's some positive music and there's some negative music and probably a lot in between. But whatever it takes, to get your mind off of whatever's dragging you down, it's sometimes good to get your focus over on something else. I don't know. I used to build model airplanes. It's funny. I'm a pilot. I've flown real airplanes, and I just was immersed into those models. I just, ever since I was a kid, it's something that I wanted to do, and I didn't really get to do much of it until I was an adult. But I pretty much got most of that worked out of my system. But I used to have a spare room with one of those long tables that I had a building project going, sometimes more than one. And I could just go in there at any time I felt like it and go in there, and nobody had messed with anything. It was left just like it was the last time I was in there. I could just go back to work just as though I just left off with it. And I really did enjoy that. I think some people do that with crocheting and things like that. I've got a friend whose wife does that, and she's made some really beautiful things. And my mother-in-law used to do that too. And of course, she gave us gifts. I have I don't know what you call it, something that you wrap around you when you're cold that she made for me. And those things, those are all things that, you don't have to spend a lot of money you probably in the long run you did, but usually if you've done it over time, you've got accumulated some material. You don't have to run out and go buy something. You can just, wherever you left off, you can resume on it. Those are good things to do whenever you're maybe feeling a little bit depressed. There's one other thing, a couple of things I wanted to mention before I forget. I had mentioned a friend, my friend's stepson was into a motorcycle wreck, and the last word that I got was he actually stood up. He was in a coma for several weeks, and of course everybody was concerned about him. What the first concern was, when is he going to wake up? Well, he did finally wake up, and but anyway, he's since then he started writing notes. He's got a trach tube. I'm hoping they get that trach tube out of his throat pretty soon, so that he can start getting back to normal, start eating food again. But the latest word I heard just about 3 days ago is he actually stood up. That was, we've been praying for him, and we're seeing results now. It's taking some time, but we're absolutely believing for a complete recovery. And yeah, I just wanted to make that report that he's now has stood up. He may have walked across the room by now. I don't know. I haven't heard back yet. He's in Ohio. But there's one other thing I want to mention. I want to show you this little book here. It's called God's Promises for Every Day. And this is the New King James Version. The first one I got, the reason I bought it, I watched a video, an online video. This lady was being interviewed, and she said that she had prayed for a lot of people, and that she got somebody put this book in her hand. Now, it wasn't the exact version. This other one she had was I forget the version of it, but I ordered it first, and I think I got it used on eBay for probably between $4 and $7. I think it was a used one. And my friend actually got me this one because I would have preferred to have the actual King James, but the only thing that he was able to find was the New King James, so that's my second choice. But he got us each a copy of it, and it's a little bit thicker than the other one. The other one's probably about, I don't know, take about a fourth off of it. But what happened, this lady, whoever put it, I don't know who put it in her hand, but she had started praying for people, and she said that she got a hold of this God's Promises for Your Everyday Need, and she started using that book as she prayed for people. She would read the promises that's straight, promises in the Bible, because they're already put together here, in this book. Somebody's already went to all the trouble, and I'll read just a couple of them. If you have this is in the section called if you have a physical sickness, and there's of course Matthew 9:35, where Jesus went around healing. He went about all the cities and villages, teaching in the synagogues, preaching the gospel, the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Of course, it's got 1 Peter 2:24, by his stripes we were healed. There's Mark chapter 16, these signs shall follow. Anyway, this little book, as she was reading these scriptures and praying for people, she said she started noticing a whole lot more people were getting healed. And there was a church that she was going to at the time that somebody there didn't like the book, and the pastor ended up coming and asking her if she could get the book from her, so she did. She said, I didn't put up a fuss about it. I think she ended up getting another one later anyway, but this one person didn't like it. So she said, some people have asked her, well, why didn't she like it? She said, I don't know. But anyway, there's going to be some opposition whenever somebody's moving forward and finds out some truth. But there's another section further back that's called Truth from the Bible about Answered Prayer, and that gives you a couple of pages of different scriptures that go right to just goes right to the subject matter. And Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. God's promises for every need. You can get it on, I don't know, you can probably find it on Amazon. I've shopped Amazon, but I've really kind of got stuck on eBay. I don't know why, I just have. But I like a lot of them have free shipping. I guess maybe that's the big thing. But thought I would share that. Just a brief note there. Yeah, encourage anybody if there's anything that you love to do, and maybe this cold winter weather has got you feeling down. Well, go get involved in something you love to do, and that's about it. Just to make a short one, check in, say hello. Hope everybody's doing good. Catch you on the next one. Thank you.